What's up, YouTube? Demontu Slimy. Um, you may be asking why I'm dressed like this, and that is because we're making the 7 levels of a comic geek video today. I typed something up for y'all, you know what I'm saying? First scripted video, you know what I'm saying? It's not 100% scripted, but there is a script, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I am a comic geek. I've been seeing a lot of 7 levels videos go up, and I wanted to get it on the fun. So, let's get into it. Scrub. You might be a scrub, nigga. Nah, let me chill. A scrub is a guy with little to no knowledge on comic books, you know what I'm saying? They might know who characters are. You know what I'm saying? The big guys, Batman, Superman, the X-Men, Spider-Man, of course. But they act like they know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? This is a niche little group. But this is the first level. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has this little Dunning-Kruger effect. They watch a cartoon. They read a couple books. They play a game. They think they know the guy. They don't know the guy. The thing is that they get heated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some scrubs, they're not that annoying, but some scrubs, you know what I'm saying? They'll really argue tooth and nail about some shit and be like, well, Batman's just a regular human. And it's like, bruh, you watch Justice League, you watch this nigga cook up, and you decided to come out your mouth and say Batman's a regular human. We know what you are. We know what you are. They often are fans of like a comic book creator. Maybe they might not even be fans of the characters for real. They might just like King Lion, Straw Hat, you know what I'm saying, when he does his MCU videos. They might fuck with Impound, but they don't necessarily read, you know what I'm saying? They don't necessarily watch all the movies. They interact from a tertiary point of view. Similar to the scrub, we have a casual, but the difference lies in acting as if you know more, because a scrub has a little knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Just about as much knowledge. A casual has just about as much knowledge as a scrub. But, they have a interest in, you know what I'm saying? Not as much as an enjoyer or a fan. But they think it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not the coolest thing in the world. It's alright. I'll watch an MCU movie. I'll play a Spider-Man game. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, casuals aren't really reading comic books. Or maybe you are, a casual reader, but I feel like reading comic books in the 2025 is kind of a big commitment that a lot of people aren't willing to make. And enjoyer is my third section. Little to moderate knowledge. We're acclimating up, you know what I'm saying? Little to moderate knowledge on the understanding and lore of the mythos of the comics realm, and you know what I'm saying? They mostly enjoy everything that they're seeing. But they might not seek it as their first medium, you know what I'm saying? They might already enjoy video games. They might already enjoy books. They might already enjoy science fiction. They might already enjoy cartoons, whatever the case may be. And they happen to enjoy a lot of things that they get from Marvel, DC, Invincible, The Boys. But they aren't necessarily seeking that as their first option. You know what I'm saying? This contrasts with a fan, because a fan has moderate knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We're starting at moderate knowledge with a fan. You know what I'm saying? And they have a good understanding of the lore, but they might seek out comics as their preferred medium. That's why they're a fan. They're a fanatic. You know what I'm saying? They're getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, MCU coming out with a movie this week. I might not see it yet, but I'm gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Comic books, you know what I'm saying? I might not read them as soon as they come out, but if I'm gonna read, I'm gonna read the comic books. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, they enjoy comic book characters when they're reading their mediums, when they're partaking their fiction. They enjoy comic book characters. The difference between them and a super fan, Superman has, we're getting up to great knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Good knowledge of the lore. And they stay on top of everything, you know what I'm saying? A fan might let a couple things slip their radar, you know what I'm saying? Busy guy, busy guy. But super fans gonna make sure that what they get first is that comic book shit. Okay, I gotta work this Friday. No, Superman coming out. Nah, they might not be on that timing, but maybe they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they are. But the point here though is that they are on top of it. You know what I'm saying? They know when these movies are coming out. They know when the games are coming out. They know when the comic books are coming out. They don't know. They know. They're in the know, and you know what I'm saying? They don't know everything about the lore, but they have a good enough knowledge, far above average knowledge of the lore. Um, and now we're getting to the last two. You know what I'm saying? These two levels have a very good understanding of the lore of comics, but what they contrast in is their attitude towards it. You know what I'm saying? We have the traditional purist. They have an elite comic book knowledge, but they seek and they seek most of or all comic book media, but they might cherish, traditions that might have been lost or less accepted in the current media. They might appreciate the gory aspects of back in the day. They might appreciate the types of main characters that were more common back in the day. They might appreciate how certain characters used to be portrayed, and they don't necessarily vibe with what's going on right now. They might read it, but they don't necessarily vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the elite fan has an elite comic book knowledge, seeks out all comic book media, and likes nearly everything that they get. There might be a couple things that come here and there that are genuinely bad, unacceptable, but for the most part, they enjoy damn near everything that they get from Marvel, from DC, from Invincible, from Image. I mean, from these other companies. They are on top of all the games, just like before. They're on top of all the movies. They have a great understanding. They know about everything. They can tell you the motherfucking issue numbers. They can tell you different story arcs. They know the writers on everything. They know it all. And they like majority of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. That's the difference. So, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? This has been a quick little vid. So I just wanted to leave y'all with where I think I fall on the spectrum. I think I'm definitely higher. I think I'm in a super fan realm. I'm on top of, especially now, like I've been reading a lot more than before. I feel like right now I'm in that super fan realm. I'm on top of all the media. I have a good understanding, far above average for sure. And I know all the news, you know what I'm saying? I follow all the pages, you know what I'm saying? I'm on top of these releases. I play the games. Bro, I play the games. I got Funkos. I got hella comic books in there. Most of them I've read. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to flex. That's where I think I fall. And you know what I'm saying? When I dress up for Halloween, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting that shit on. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that shit on. You know what I'm saying? Cartier bracelets. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That's the vid, you know what I'm saying? First attempt at a scripted, 7 levels video. I don't have too many other things I feel like I could do a 7 levels of, you know what I'm saying? I haven't reached enough levels of producing beats in order to make a video on that, I feel like. Maybe a music fan, but who knows, you know what I'm saying? I could get that wrong, you know. So I don't know. I ain't never been wrong. But I think this was fun. I'm gonna get some more, you know what I'm saying? I got a few more planned. I don't wanna spoil the goods, but a lot of them finna be music related. But let me know if you want to see some comics ones too. It's been real.